All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich Talenza. Thanks for checking out the Rich Talenza Show. So, what I'm going to talk about today is something I talk about with men more before they find the woman that they're really interested in. Because a lot of guys I know that I try to help, they have had their ups and downs with women. A lot of them have had bad breakups, they've been dumped, they've been ghosted, or things just never work out. And I think one of the reasons why is because when a man meets the one that they really like or they want to be in a long-term relationship with, and they end up in this relationship, then what? I call it the now what. What are you going to do now? I get it. You met each other, you're dating, you're probably fooling around. And after a certain amount of time, you go out to eat probably, you go meet up for drinks, you meet each other's families. And then it's like, now what? Now are you going to be talking about in the future getting engaged, getting married? Are you thinking about moving in with one another? All these things, right? I got it. But I think most of the time, a lot of people find themselves in that position where maybe they're not ready to get married. They're not ready to live with somebody. But what do we do now? How do we keep this interesting? Because I think a lot of times we just think things are always going to work itself out when it comes to meeting the right one. But a lot of times you may have met the right one, but you may have not ended up the right one for them. Or you might have been, but you blew it. And that could go for many different things. It could be because of your behavior. Maybe you cheated. Maybe you lied. Maybe you're just boring. Maybe you're just not. It could be you're not good in the bedroom. I'm not kidding. You just may have a bad attitude. You may be insecure. You may be all these things. But, I talk about this being self-aware. The reality is be prepared is what I'm saying. That if you do find the right woman, or the woman even finds the right man, what's going to make this stronger? What's going to make this, this foundation grow? Because a lot of times you just think it's going to just kind of grow organically and it's, we're in love and we're just going to figure things out as we go along. But very quickly you may find yourself being very boring or your relationship getting very stale or becoming very, on the other end, like a lot of drama, a lot of negativity because you don't know what to do, I think sometimes. Men and women, they kind of, they're confused. What is our next move here? And, if you are somebody, like I said earlier, I get if you're dating for a certain amount of years, you're definitely going to most likely end up moving in together at least, or getting married, or maybe not, or maybe having children, even if you're not married or whatever. That's that. And I get that. I think everyone understands that. But what's all the in-between stuff? How's that going to keep working? How do we keep things fun, I always talk about? Because let's face it, if things aren't fun, what the hell are you doing together? So again, you find who you like. How are you going to, again, keep it interesting? Now, I don't even mean interesting just in conversation. I talk about it a lot. What are you doing, just in general, to keep somebody interested in you? Interested in the things you're doing? Interested in maybe you in your career? Maybe if you've been married and divorced, how do you keep things interesting and balancing maybe your kids with whoever you're with? Maybe you have a lot of family people that you deal with, How does that kind of work in? Is it working or is it not working? Does whoever you're with like your family members? Do they not? How do we kind of work through that? Because let's face it, a lot of times you already know what has worked and not worked, like dating others. Like if every girl you dated, let's say, isn't getting along with, say, your kids, let's just say, I'm not saying your kids are good or bad, but we got to figure out, why are my kids not getting along with the women I'm dating? Say you don't have kids, maybe whoever you're dating doesn't get along with your parents, or maybe they don't get along with their siblings, maybe they're not getting along with your friends, and you're like, why does this keep happening? Well, let's figure this out. It can't always be on the girl you're dating. Maybe it's the way your friends or your family members are acting. Maybe they don't take them serious because maybe you never took them serious. So it kind of becomes one of those things. I'm just saying this because I think people have to really take an honest approach. And when they do find the right person, right, what are you going to really do next? What is going to make you grow? What is going to keep you together? And I don't think a lot of people think that. They think a lot of times, like, oh, I'm going to meet someone new now because it never worked out with anyone else previously, but the new one, it's going to definitely work out. And most likely, a lot of times it doesn't work out, and the same shit you went through is the same shit you're going through again. Why does this keep happening? It's probably on you. You're not doing things correctly, or you're not setting, I don't know if they're boundaries, I don't know if it's the way you're behaving, but definitely think about what your strengths, but also what your weaknesses were when dating other women or in other relationships. Again, it could be an ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, whoever the hell it is. Figure it out. Because the last thing you want to do really is keep finding the one you like or ones you like or you want to be in a relationship with and keep losing them. So anyways, I just want to do a quick podcast on this. If you got any questions or comments, you can hit me up. I have a program, actually, Mastering Self-Confidence, where I try to help men find the woman or women of their dreams, even if they've been through a bad breakup or divorce. And I take a total honest approach, I think, more than anyone else that I've ever heard, on, really building a strong relationship, but also understanding that a lot of times the problems that you're having in your relationships is on you. You know what I mean? And I know that's a hard hit for a lot of people, but I do believe it, that a lot of people out there are always blaming others for things never working out for them. But the truth is, a lot of times the problems are based around who they are and what they do and how they act. So, that's masteringselfconfidence.com. You can email me, rich@richchalenza.com. I'm also at richchalenza.com as far as a website. So, got any questions or comments, hit me up.